LiberalViewer presents.
Can I say one more quick thing that I think is more about YouTube, in regards to what I was saying earlier about possibly, like, you know, suing someone for making me lose out on potential profit. This is more on the YouTube side. After that happens, because I got a strike, because obviously, you know, it's the usual thing, but I went against it. The video got reinstated, but then, and the strike was gone. However, for like a month after that, it took days and days and days to have ads on videos as if the strike was still there. I actually, the only way I could ever contact YouTube, because for some reason I never get a response from that partner email thing, is I actually write physical letters to YouTube, and they actually get them. So, you know, it's not very 2010, but and then they realize, you know, it takes, you know, however many weeks, so again, it's the whole thing is way in the past at that point, and then the ads start coming up at a normal pace again. But I mean, is there any way, you know, once the video is reinstated and the strike is gone, you know, do you guys see that, oh, we have to fix this guy up and, you know, have his ads going normal again, or is it just kind of, nothing happens to you guys?
I actually don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if that's due to a bug
I think that was due to a bug.
It wasn't, you know, because our system, like I said, our system looks at the account. Like we don't manually look at each and every account.
So it doesn't recognize if the strike is gone, just if it's put there?
Yes.
Okay, so that's...
Yeah, I mean, I had the same problem. Like I was saying before, it takes several days for ads to go next to my videos. And I emailed partner support about it a month ago, and I sent it again 2 weeks ago, and of course because I never get an answer for partner support. And
can you give me the address for that?
Yeah. What for? Just it's on the website, YouTube.
Yeah, I think one thing to keep in mind is just 24 hours of video uploaded every minute, and so you know we've got a building full of people that are working on this.
How much that video is monetized? We spend a lot of time making our videos.
Of course you do. Of
course. So it's really frustrating when we don't get monetized.
How many hours of monetized video are uploaded every minute?
I don't know.
It's a much smaller amount. You could.
So, quick question. When you see videos with thumbnail images of, you know, Miley Cyrus or whatever, yeah, that a lot of the popular YouTubers use in their news shows and stuff like that. Obviously, they do not own the rights to that. Is there a place that you go to just grab free photos, or is it public domain because they're of celebrities? Is there any clarity you could provide to us?
Philip DeFranco we can use. Philip licenses from Getty
Images.
So yeah, there's paid licenses like Getty Images has a bunch.
Go to Flickr.
There's a bunch of free ones on Flickr and on Picasa that are Creative Commons licensed by the users. You might not find as many celebrity photos there because there's issues besides copyright and celebrity photos, right? So, but yeah, there's lots of places you can buy images too.
So the simple answer is a lot of those images are just licensed.
Yes.
They're not public domain or anything. Okay.
Way in the back. Victoria had a question about the content ID that you were just describing.
Yes. Lee, right?
There is an option that it wouldn't take the videos down, because if someone used my content for fair use, I wouldn't want it to automatically take it down. But you're saying that users do have the ability to put their videos in the content ID, and then you can just track them if it's used? Is that what you're describing?
Yeah, or monetize.
Okay. Yep. So then it is a box. It's not like if I upload my videos to content ID that if someone uses my videos for fair use, it's just going to automatically...
No, you get to decide on the policy that you want to implement, and that can be to keep it up and monetize, take it down, or just track it.
And to add to that, they can also decide the time. So if a video is more than 30 seconds, a video is like 20 minutes, a video is more than 2 minutes, a video is more than 3 minutes, or the country. There are very granular policies that they can select. It's not just 3 basic policies. They can pick very granular policies to apply.
Thank you.
So when a copyright holder in the content ID system chooses to monetize a video, how does that work? Say the person who uploaded the video is also trying to monetize it. Who gets that money and how's it decided?
So just walk through it again real quick. Sorry, I didn't totally grasp it.
So the copyright holder with their content in the content ID system, and they choose to monetize it if someone uploads a video with a clip of their song in it. Say the person who uploaded that video is also trying to monetize it. How is that money shared?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different scenarios, right? So sometimes you can have 2 different copyright holders who claim 2 different kinds of property in a song, let's say, for example. So one could be EMI Publishing, and one could be Universal Music. Universal Music owns the sound recording. EMI Publishing owns the actual song, the kind of abstraction of the song, right? So in that case, you know, we've worked out deals with how we split the money there with those two parties. Then there'll be cases where a studio might have music that's in Content ID, but they've already licensed it from the record company when they made the content, right?
Right.
So we have, basically the Content ID system knows in certain cases where it's already been licensed not to block it. There are times though when two different people will try and claim monetization on the same thing, either because of a mistake, because they got confused about which territory they were in, or I don't know, there's a genuine dispute over who owns it. We actually have a dispute process there where then both the people in Content ID will get a message saying, someone else thinks they own this too, work it out amongst yourselves.
Right.
Because it's not like we're not going to put ourselves in the middle of that. So, but we actually do have a process for that.
They could split the company.
The uploader wouldn't get monetization at that point.
Right. So we want to figure out, and we have,
Well,
without getting
uploaders
specific,
still
we.
owns copyright on what they created, just not that part of it. Say it's a 4-minute video and it's got a 30-second sound clip. The person who owns that sound clip shouldn't get the entire monetization of that video.
Right.
That's a very nebulous kind of question, and there are cases where yes, you should. It's the length of time that copyright is used is not a predictor of how valuable that part of it is. And if you,
I understand that, but I just was wondering what YouTube provides for the two parties to negotiate that. And I guess basically you email them and say negotiate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a while, the company or who owned the Content ID ends up getting all the monetization.
So no, not necessarily. So it's confusing because if it's the same assets, we're talking about the two parties are claiming the same sound recording, and they haven't said that they actually own pieces of it.
I think he's asking like if the user owns the majority of the content and intertwines it with something that infringed on someone else's copyright.
Right. Well, we want, like I said, we want to figure out ways to be able to encourage the copyright company, the copyright owners, to split the revenues between a bunch of different people who've contributed creatively to it. The way derivative work though, is another kind of legal term of art, is that the copyright owner gets exclusive control over what you make out of their stuff, even if it's a small piece of it.
that's right. If you take somebody else's song and incorporate a little bit into your song, you don't license it, and then you release it for profit, they will sue you for all the money that you make.